it live now, sir? Okay, sir.
It's live now.
So our today's topic is uplifting Indian MSMEs, a glance on government schemes. And our today's speaker is Dr. Shivapriya Chelappa. But before we start the event, I just want to share our institute's anthem, please. Abhi, is uplifting Indian MSMEs. Thank you. Now I will be requesting to my chairman of the MSME board, CMA Suresh Rachappa Gunjali sir, to say his welcome address. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And I welcome Dr. Shivapriya Chelappa madam for her second webinar in our the board. Ma'am, we are very grateful and thank you for accepting her invitation and so delivering the webinar to our members. So I welcome all my colleagues who are virtually the present here. So I won't take much time. I am extremely sorry for the 10 minutes delay in starting our webinar. So once again I welcome all of you. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Now, before starting the event, I just want to give some introduction on our today's speaker, learned Dr. Shivapriya Chelappa madam. Madam is the co-founder of Gyanavika Jagriti, a MSME consultancy and training firm. She holds BSc Mathematics from Meenakshi College for Women, Chennai, MBA from MOP Vaishnav College, Chennai, MPhil from Alagappa University, Koralkuri, and PhD from TAS, Chennai, India. She has completed her entrepreneurial secretarial certificate program on business ownership, contracts and agreements at Rowan College, Burlington Country, New Jersey. She has completed 2 years of professional diploma in network-centered computing at NIIT, selected and participated for Level O Mathematics Talent Search Program at IIT Madras. She has started her career in exhibition stall designing organization in 2002 and have handled major corporate clients like Saint Gobain, State Bank of India, and stall execution and coordination at various venues like Chennai Trade Center, etc. Further, as program in charge at Madras Management Association, MMA, in 2003, she has coordinated various workshops and meetings like IMA convention, MMA convention, and so forth. In 2010, she joined the Department of Ocean Observation Systems, National Institute of Ocean Technology. As project manager, she was involved in project support activities like handling major tenders, stores management reports, conduct of workshops, and other in-house managerial support. Also appointed for NIOT ISO cell for ensuring quality. In 2017, she has handled India International Science Festival, IISF, as Secretariat in charge and was appointed by Secretary, Ministry of Art and Sciences, worked as coordinator for Indian Foundry Congress, and again worked for 72nd IFC 2024, which witnessed a remarkable turnout with over 1,500 delegates and significant participation from exhibitions and visitors alike. Presently, she has passion towards research and work for the betterment of MSME sector, recently started a partnership from firm Gyana Vikas Jagriti. She is a Scopus author. She is having his own ID. She is having many research publications, book publications, article contributions for various associations, newsletter. She has attended research conferences so far. So, madam, it is your time. Please start your presentation. Please, madam.
Thank you so much. Thank you, madam. Can you see my screen?
Yes, madam. Yes, it is visible.
I thank ICMA, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, for giving me this opportunity to talk on the topic webinar, where uplifting MSMEs, a glance on government schemes. I am Dr. Shivapriya Chellappa, co-founder, Jnana Vikas Jagrati. My profile has been read already, so I'm just going directly to the presentation. My voice is clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So MSMEs, if you see the classification of the MSMEs, micro, small, medium, the classification is now a composite criteria based on the investment in plant and machinery and equipment and annual turnover. The micro is categorized as investment in plant and machinery not more than 2.5 crores and the annual turnover not more than 10 crores. The small is investment in plant and machinery is not more than 25 crores and the annual turnover is not more than 100 crores. And in medium, investment in plant and machinery or equipment not more than 125 crores and annual turnover not more than 500 crores. So this is a recent classification based on the budget 2025-26 with effect from 1st February 2025. Now, if you see a little bit on the history of the MSME, the Ministry of Small Scale Industries and the Agro and Rural Industries were created in 1999 October. In September 2001, what happened is the Ministry of Small Scale Industries and the Ministry of Agro and Rural separated. And however, an act was passed in 2006, that is the MSME Act. The small and micro scale industries came into under this act. And subsequently, the President of India amended the Government of India Business Allocation Rule in 1961 under the notification dated 9th May 2007. Under that particular amendment, what happened is the SSIs were included under the Ministry of MSME. So after that amendment, the SSI was included again back to the Ministry of MSME, and the ministry was tasked the promotion of micro and small enterprises. And the SIDO, that is the Small Industries Development Organization, which I will come to you later, was under the control of the ministry, as well as the National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC. Both are coming under the ministry. Ma'am, can you just mute your voice?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. If you see the MSMEs and overview, there is totally 633.9 lakh MSMEs, that is 63.39 million MSMEs in the country. And the numbers are based classification. If you see 99% of them, that is 630.5 lakh enterprises qualify as a micro enterprises and 3.3 lakh qualify as a small businesses and 0.05 lakh qualify as medium enterprises. So if you see the majority of them are micro enterprises. And rural and urban division, if you see the rural areas, mainly they have got close to 324.9 lakh businesses, while the urban areas got 309 lakh businesses. Employment generation, they give 120 million jobs are created by the MSME. So you can understand why the government is taking so seriously the MSME sector. And contribution to the GDP is close to 30%, and their share of export is close to 45.79%, which is up to May 2024. As I said, the rural and urban classification, the micro, if you see in the graph, 324.09 lakh people are from the micro businesses from the rural areas, and men predominantly are there in the proprietary MSME ownership, which resulted male dominations more in the MSME sector. That is 79% of micro business, 94% in small business, and 97% in the medium business. On the other hand, if you see the female ownership, 20% for micro, 5.26% for small business, and 2.77% for the medium businesses. The statistics I'm just giving you for you to understand what is the current status of the MSME. So they're doing really great. And if you see the states with the highest share of MSME, it is as of March 2024, it is Maharashtra, and I is still holding good. Tamil Nadu comes next, Uttar Pradesh comes next, Gujarat, and then Rajasthan. I'm just taken the first 5 states as per the record in the Statista 2024. This is the Ministry of MSME portal, and you can just log in www.msme.gov to enter and go through their schemes. What are the functions of the Ministry of the MSME? If you see, they facilitate the credit flow to the MSMEs, improving competitiveness of MSMEs, improving manufacturing base through upgradation of technology is their promotion of MSMEs through cluster base. They are looking for more cluster bases to work on them. Marketing support is given, skill development and entrepreneurship development, and the creation of new employment through the PMEGP program. And growth and development of the Khadi and village sector is also done simultaneously. Growth and development of coir industry is also done by the MSME sector. Challenges for the MSMEs, what are they? Firstly, you should understand that formalization is the biggest challenge. Regulatory compliance is another challenge. Access to knowledge services. We need to mingle with more forums like this to get access to knowledge services and awareness. Access to timely and adequate finance. Improving competitiveness and innovation is one. Resilience. Access to latest technology and marketing. And delayed payment is one more challenge for MSMEs. Sustainability and environment is a major concern. Policy advocacy, process constraints such as just-in-time progress, quality management, know-how, skilled manpower. These are some of the challenges, major challenges which are taken, and MSME sector can be very much benefited by the digitization, which can substantially reduce the cost and time for this sector. So the way we deal with the challenges can determine our success. So I will always say that while talking about the challenges. Now, people should know the important portals of MSME. MSME registration. If you want to call yourself as an MSME, you have to first register in the Udayam portal. The Udayam portal was launched in 2020, and the enterprises previously registered under Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum or the Entrepreneurship Memorandum 2 are also encouraged to migrate it. And now everybody, most of them have migratedness. And this is a very free of cost, paperless one based on self-declaration. So there is no document uploading and all. Most of you must have done this. Moreover, on November 11, 2023, the government has also introduced the Udayam Assist platform. This is another platform where even the informal micro enterprises can also enter the Udayam registration. So if you see the Udayam registration, this is the only website, and except this portal of Government of India and the government single window system, no other private online or offline service or agency or any person is authorized to enter to do it. You can go to this website and you can do it directly. So this is the link which I've shown here. And if you see today, the total number of registered Udayam and Udayam Assist platform together, if you see, it has crossed 6 crore. MSMEs have already registered, and this is a very big milestone for the formalization initiative taken by the Ministry of Micro, Small Enterprise and Medium Enterprises. This is as on June 2025. And if you ask me, is it mandatory to avail the MSME Udayam registration? I would of course say yes. If you want to take the benefits of the government, you need to register under the Udayam registration. The Udayam Assist platform, as I already talked to you, is to facilitate the formalization of informal micro enterprises. And there is IMEs are enterprises that are not covered in goods and service tax regime. So for those people, the Udayam Assist platform is also there. The registration is done by the designated agencies like RRBs, NBFCs, all Indian financial institutions are done, which I've given here. And there are registration process for DAs and then for the IMEs. An interface has been created between the UAP and the Udayam registered portal to enable the transition and migration of the IMEs from UAP to URP. So even if you register in the Udayam Assist platform, you will automatically be shown in the Udayam registration portal also. So the interface has been created. Now, if we are more unaware of many schemes, so where do we go and look at it? So there is this portal called My Scheme, where there are listed so many government schemes are listed in this. You can go and click and you can check your eligibility, all the criterias and everything can be seen in the My Scheme, myscheme.gov.in. Even the Tamil Nadu government is facilitating MSMEs with lots of schemes. You can go to FAME TN and log in there and you can look for export schemes and other areas in the FAME TN portal. MSME data bank, what is this? Units enlisted under the single point registration scheme. I will come under on that later. NSIC are eligible to benefit from the public procurement policy for MSMEs. And one of the major advantage being registered MSMEs can undertake the role of suppliers to the government. So you can be a supplier to the government. For that, you need to register in the MSME data bank. Additionally, these units have become eligible for subsidized loans as well as the country raises to meet and eventually become the world leader in terms of quality goods and services. So you need to log on to the MSME data bank to get benefited by the public procurement policy of MSME. There is a portal called GEM. This is called Government E-Marketplace. It's a public procurement portal for procurement of goods and services for all central government and state government ministries, departments, public sector units, and affiliated. So you have to just go to gem.gov.in and you can update your products there in the GEM. The process is being shown and you need to get it assigned the terms and conditions and register there. There is a platform called ONDC. I'm showing you various platforms where the sellers can go and register themselves. ONDC is a communication protocol that allows anyone to sell and buy from each other online. It is an open network for digital commerce and it's a non-private organization, non-profit section 8 company established by the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade of Government of India to develop open e-commerce. And this was incorporated in 2021 with initial investment from QCI, that is Quality Council of India and Protein E-Government Technologies Limited. For instance, if you can see, I have shown in the picture, the buyers are there, the buyer apps are there, the seller apps are there, and the logistics applications are there. So in this one particular platform, you can see the buyer apps, seller apps, and the logistics applications also. So if a buyer uses an ONDC enabled app to search for a product, they will see listings from multiple sellers across different apps. So you don't have to see just one seller from one app. You can see multiple sellers from multiple apps which are connected to ONDC. So this platform provides this particular advantage for all of you. And ONDC acts as an intermediate, ensuring that sellers are not locked into a single platform, allowing them to explore multiple seller apps for better visibility and goals. MSME Samadhan. What is this? MSME Samadhan, as per the MSME Act 2006, contains provisions for delayed payment of MSME. So state governments to have established that MSME Micro and Small Enterprise Facilitation Council for settlement of any disputes on getting references or filing on delayed payments. So if you can see the MSME Samadhan portal, so far 2,39,623 applications have been filed by the MSMEs. And many cases have been disposed by the MSEFC Council. And in MSEFC Council office is there in TN also. It is there in Chennai, Vellore, Trichy, Madurai, Thoothukudi and Coimbatore. You need to go there and the case has to be filed. I'm showing you the entrepreneur files the application online to the respective council. After 15 days, council will take action on the application. Then the online intimation will be sent to both entrepreneur and the respondent by mail. Then a mutual settlement will be asked between the seller and the buyer. If there is no mutual settlement happening, then it has been converted into a case. Now the council can approve the entrepreneur application and convert it into a case. Then council can reject the entrepreneur application and or they can take it forward as a case. And through email and SMS, the entrepreneur and the respondent of the application is intimated about the case and its status. And entrepreneur can view the application case status by typing his Udayam registration number or Udyog Aadhaar number and the application number or the case number given by the council. So this is what happens in the MSME Samadhan process. There is a portal called TREDS. TREDS is being facilitated by the government. Trade Receivables Accounting System is an online invoice discounting platform set up by the RBI, where MSMEs who are still struggling with the unpaid invoices from suppliers. TREDS is an online platform which allows MSME suppliers to discount their invoices, enabling them to receive payments before their due date, even from the supplier. So you can see the seller will upload the invoice and the buyer will accept. So the factoring unit is an obligation is created. So once the obligation has been created, then it goes to the financer for the bid. If the financer accepts the bid, then the seller gets the disbursement of fund from the financier to the seller, and later on the financier is settled by the buyer after a few days. So this TREDS is very useful for many MSMEs, and there are onboard TRED platforms used which are called RxAL, M1 Exchange, Invoice Smart. All these portals are facilitating this TREDS platform for the MSMEs so that they don't get delayed by the payments from the buyers. And the TREDS factoring unit can be created either by the MSME seller or the buyer. Anyone can create it, and it contains details of the invoice, bill of exchange on the TREDS, and the complete obligation. So this TREDS platform has been very much popularly shown in many of the government portals. MSME Sambandh, I told you about the public procurement policy norms. So you can go and visit this MSME Sambandh and find out how much procurement has happening. The status of all those things has been shown in the MSME Sambandh. So if you see 17,169 crores of procurement as on date has happened, and out of which 7,825 crores of procurement has happened from the MSMEs. So this procurement from central ministries, departments, whatever it is, the ministry wise procurement, the department wise procurement, the PSC wise procurement, all details can be seen in the MSME Sambandh portal. Those who are interested in the central government procurements, you can go and visit this particular site and get information on this. There are also classification for procurement from SC/ST and from the women. Now let's see the MSME supporting institutions. Small Industry Development Organization, as I already said, at SIDO and NSIC, both of them come under the Ministry of MSME. And SIDO has been established in 1954, and it is a subordinate on those days with the Department of SSI and the ARI, Auxiliary and Rural Industry. And it has got 60 offices and 21 autonomous bodies under its management. They provide testing tools, tool mentoring, training for entrepreneurship development, preparation of project and product profiles, and technical and managerial consultancy. All these things are done by SIDO. Even they do pollution and energy audits. National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC, this was established in 1955, and it has got ministry, it has got the performance and credit trading, single point registration. If you need to avail anything from the NSIC, you need to have a single point registration, which is done in the NSIC portal. MSME Data Bank, National SC/ST Hub, all these are there by NSIC. NSIC also has training cum incubation center managed by professional manpower, and they support marketing, technology, finance, and other services. NSIC enrolls MSME under a single point registration scheme, which I told you, to enable the enterprise to participate in the government purchases. So if you are, either you can register through the GEM, or you have to go to a single point registration scheme by the NSIC to avail the public procurement policy. So the NSIC schemes are single point registration scheme is there. Then credit supports, they also do lots of credit supports. They do raw material distributions, both indigenous as well as imported. They do consortium and tender marketing schemes are available in the NSIC. They do technical service centers. They have this technology business incubators and livelihood business incubators. These incubators help you in lots of testings and other common facilities are provided by them. And e-marketing facility, and there is a national scheduled caste and scheduled tribe hub is also there, which is provided by the NSIC hub. NSIC supports I have listed here, that is raw material against a bank guarantee. And there is assistance to wholesalers and retail traders also provided by the NSSC support. Bill discounting is there, credit facilitation is there. So all these things are the credit supports which are provided by NSIC. And marketing I've already told you. And other supports are National SCST Hub, where you can go and see your stay, where you can get the public procurement by the SCST people. Exhibition ground and EMC, participation exhibitions, international cooperation, Aspire, everything is being listed in NSIC also. So they also support everything, whatever the government schemes are coming. So this is the way you go to the NSIC portal, go to the schemes, and then you can see all these things listed here and you can get them. The NSIC, as I said, they are very fast in adopting the digital technology. They have a B2B portal called the MSMEmark.com, which is the platform for B2B marketing. So even GEM is there, where you have the public procurement by the central government. But this MSME Mart, where you have the MSME Mart also helps you in B2B marketing and connecting MSMEs with buyer and suppliers all over the world. So you can just go to the supplier, list your business and choose your membership plan. There's a membership plan for each category. Whichever membership plan you are using, the facilitations are done as per that. I've shown you some of the membership plan. You can proceed with that particular plan and you can avail those benefits. Public procurement policy, what it is actually, every central ministry, department and PUC must set an annual target to procure 20% of goods from the MSME. And sub-target is within 20% target, 4% is earmarked for the SCST entrepreneurs. So this everybody should know. And the MSME is receiving tender sets free of cost and are exempted from paying any earnest money, adopting e-procurement to bring in transparency. And however, exemption from paying performance brand guarantee is not covered under this policy. And if any MSME is quoting price within L1 plus 15%, then they can also supply at least 20% of the tendered value at L1. So this is one of the price quoting flexibility they have got in the public procurement policy for the MSME. It is done in the 2012. And reserved items are 350 items are exclusively reserved for MSMEs, and departments and CPUs must prepare and publish their annual performance, which I told you in MSME Sambandh. You can see what and all the procurements done. And ministry is also organizing vendor development programs or buyer seller meets, where if you are going to participate in vendor development programs of the ministry, you will know more about this public procurement policy, and you can also have buyer seller meet there and you can be well updated there. DIC is District Industry Center. This has been very established very early 1978, and DIC's primary focus is to generate employment, and the district industry centers are managed well at the district level. They have been managed, and DICs also promote the registration and development of industrial cooperatives. So these are many of the schemes which they also do, and they also go for district award schemes, seed money scheme, DIC loan schemes are there. So all these being provided by the DIC. SIDA is another organization. India has been a recipient of Swedish bilateral development assistance from 1964. The Swedish bilateral development assists its money through the Swedish International Development Agency called the SWIDA. SIDA uses challenge funds to finance entrepreneurs who are innovators and those who are contributing more to sustainability, environmental and social sustainability. In those areas, if you have any projects, you can approach SIDA. MSME financing. So MSME financing is a crucial factor for the growth and development of MSMEs. However, the challenges faced by MSMEs in securing financing has hindered their potential growth. This has been quoted by many MSMEs. Inadequate collateral, lack of credit history, lack of awareness on government schemes, high interest rates, knowledge on other modes of financing. These are some of the challenges which MSMEs face during for the financial related problems. And but our budget 2025 has recognized these, and they have really tried to push it far. Investment limits have been raised now, as you see my definition, 2.5 times, and turnover limits by 2 times to allow MSMEs to scale operations and adopt better technology. So more companies are coming in the MSME zone now, and credit guarantee covered increased from 5 crore to 10 crore for micro small, and unlocking 1.5 lakh crore in additional credit over 5 years. And startup guarantee has also been doubled, that is from 10 crores to 20 crores, with a reduced fee of 1% for loans in 27 priority sectors. And exporter MSME is eligible for 20 crore term loans with enhanced guarantee cover. So lots of guarantee cover subsidies are all given in the budget. And now they are planning for MSME credit cards also, so that there is no bureaucratic hurdles in between, and directly the money can be transferred to the exact MSME. And support for startups, a new fund of funds with 10,000 crore will be established to expand support for startups. And the first time entrepreneurs are also encouraged, a new scheme aimed at empowering 5 lakh first time entrepreneurs from women and SC/ST. This initiative will offer term loans of up to 2 crores over the next 5 years. This first time entrepreneur scheme has come, and drawing inspiration from Stand Up India scheme, the scheme will also include online capacity building programs to enhance entrepreneurial and managerial skill. So some of the initiatives, if you see the government which is doing as far as the finance is concerned, the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for MSME, that is CGT MSE, which everyone knows, that is securing, we are giving the scheme guarantees up to 85% of the loan amount, which reduces the risk for lenders and make it easier for MSMEs to secure financing. This was launched in 2000, and the CGTM is being contributed by Government of India as well as the SIDBI. They are contributing in the ratio of 4:1. Guarantee coverage is 75% for others, 85% for micro and small, up to 5 lakhs. I will show you in my next slide. If you see the left hand side part, you can see the for micro enterprises up to 5 lakh. They give a guarantee of 85% of the amount, and above 5 lakh to 50 lakh, they give a guarantee of 75%, and above 50 lakh to 200 lakh, they give a guarantee of 75%. For women entrepreneurs, it is 80%, and till up to 50 lakhs, and above 50 lakhs, it is 75%, and for all other categories, it is 75% till 50 lakhs. And above 50 lakhs, it is 75%. So they also support the retail trade, and they give a guarantee of 50% of the amount in default, subject to a maximum of 50 lakhs. So this is the CGT MSME. They give lots of guarantees, and they facilitate. What happens in the CGT MSME is the MSME has to go and find a lending institution. The lending institution is already listed in the CGT MSME portal. If you go, there will be a set of lending institutions. So those institutions, you go and avail the CGT MSE scheme, and later on they after you submit all the required eligibility and other things, they will approve, and they will send it to the CGT SE portal for the guarantee coverage. So this is the process which happens. And if you see the CGT MSC has been availed morely by different states. Andhra Pradesh, if you see, 6,22,000 applications amount has been, numbers have been granted, and 11,454 crore amount has been disbursed. Gujarat is there. Karnataka has been leading, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. So many states have been availing the CGT MSC scheme. And the other one is the Stand Up India. The objective of this scheme is to facilitate bank loans between 10 lakh and 1 crore to at least one scheduled caste or scheduled tribe borrower and at least one women borrower per bank branch for setting up greenfield enterprise. So Stand Up India is for those people. In case of non-individual enterprises, at least 51% of the shareholding and controlling stake should be held by the SC/ST or a women entrepreneur. The other scheme is the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, which is very popularly called as the Shishu Kishore Mudra Yojana. Shishu Kishore and Tarun are the subcategories. Shishu is for the early enterprises. They can avail up to for 50,000. Kishore is up to 5 lakhs and Tarun is up to 10 lakhs. Now there is another thing which is called Tarun Plus, which is up to 20 lakhs. So the loans do not require collateral and are available for both existing and new MSMEs. So you can see in the Mudra loan how much amount has been sanctioned here. I have shown in the right hand side for the financial year 2024 and 25. Then credit guarantee scheme for subordinate debt. So any here assistance is provided to sustain and revive any MSME who has become non-performing assets or in the verge of becoming NPA. MSME units are provided with requestive finance where getting an outright loan becomes very difficult for these MSMEs. The liquidity and debit equity ratio of these MSMEs is sustained by investing the promoter's money in these units. So this is to revive those MSMEs which are non-performing. And credit linked capital subsidy scheme for technology upgradation, which is called CLCSS. This scheme provides 15% subsidy to MSMEs with technological upgradation and with institutional finance on up to 1 crore availed by them. So till date under CLSS schemes, 51 products or subsectors have been approved. So in this, what you have to do is whatever the MSME which is trying to have this technology upgradation, you have to go to the designated PLI, that is primary lending institution, which has been already listed. Go to those PLIs and the PLIs will approach the nodal agency. Nodal agency will approach the Department of MSME office and then once the approval is sanctioned, you get the money back from the PLI. So this is the model which they go through and the details are mentioned here. And SIDBI and NABARD are the nodal agencies, and apart from SIDBI and NABARD, there are other nodal agencies also which are available, which are acting on behalf of the CLS-CSS schemes. So the process I already told you, you start the application in the circle office. The application goes to the nodal office, and from the nodal office, the application goes to DC MSME level. And once the DC MSME approves of it, it again goes back from the nodal office, and then you get the money from the PLI directly to your account, the subsidy amount. The other funding options are online lending options. There are several online lending platforms have emerged in these age, and these platforms use technologies to assess credit worthiness and provide loans quickly and efficiently. You have the SME IPO also, that is initial public offer, which is privately for the SMEs, and from the beginning of 2024 to October 2024, a total of 211 SME IPOs have been listed, collectively raising approximately 7,877 crore money. So lots of money has been raised by the SME IPO, which I would like to say. And if you want to be eligible for the SME IPO, you must be incorporated under the Companies Act. The face value of the SME should not exceed 25 crores and valuation should assess the net tangible assets of the SME at 1.5 crores. And if the conversion of partnership, proprietorship established the SME, it must have a minimum track record of 3 years. The SME is required to have a functioning website and the promoter of the company should remain unchanged for at least a period of 1 year. And the SME must be willing to engage in the trading of demat securities. The depositories expect the SME to enter into contractual agreement. So these are the eligibility criteria for an SME IPO where you can raise fund. Even the SIDBI the SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India, is giving lots of financial support for the MSMEs, this has been set in 1990, and under the Act of Indian Parliament is a principal financial institution. They do promotion, financing, development of industries in the MSME sector, and they coordinate the function of other institutions also. So they directly finance or they indirectly finance the MSME sector. So if you see in the SIDBI, you have missionary loan, green finance loan, project loan, working capital loan. All these provisions are done in the SIDBI portal also. So fintech online lending platform, fintech solution are brought, though it's not a government related. Fintech solutions are also bringing very good cash flow for the MSMEs, and they paradigm shifting credit risk assessment for MSMEs by leveraging non-traditional data source and advanced analytics they use. And traditionally, banks and financial institutions rely heavily on credit scores, financial statements, and collateral to evaluate the credit worthiness. But now the fintech uses different advanced programs to analyze a person's capability and credit worthiness, and based on that, the amount has been sanctioned. This what are the data? If you see, they use on is reviews, customer feedback, patterns in digital payments, shedding light on business reputation, customer satisfaction, cash flow patterns. All these factors are taken by fintech to evaluate a person's credit worthiness. By analyzing vast amount of data with the help of sophisticated algorithms they use, fintech platforms generate comprehensive and accurate credit risk assessment for MSMEs. And as a result, even business with limited credit history or no collateral can be evaluated based on real-time financial performance. So they take real-time financial performance and customer relationship. Based on that also they take. Like banks, fintech companies don't provide traditional business loans, but they offer working capital loans, merchant cash advances, industry-specific loans, short-term business loans, all these then done by fintech. And you have some of the fintech companies like Lending Card, Capital Float, IndieFi, NeoGo, SME Corner, YouGrow Capital, but definitely their interest rates will be higher than the banks. Some of the top bank of NBFCs and their MSME loan interest rates, if you see, we have listed it very clearly. And the interest rate depends, but definitely I would like to say that interest rate depends on the loan amount, repayment tenure, the credit worthiness of the SME, business type, repayment ability. So it might change based on that, and it is up to the description of the bank also. So I have listed few top banks and NBFCs rates for your awareness. Other bank MSME loan interest rates also have put for your glance. Marketing promotion scheme. So if you go, so the previous one, whatever I've showed, those are related to financial support for the MSMEs. Now we are coming to marketing and supporter schemes for the MSME. The procurement and marketing support scheme, PMS, is growing on really well. And what they do is participation of individual MSMEs in domestic trade fairs and exhibitions. So 80% subsidy on built up space rent can be availed through this. And organizing domestic trade fairs or exhibitions, sometimes the implementing agency takes space. And they also they need to work on the mobilizing the people. And the upper cap for hiring built up spaces, regional, if it is regional, 15 lakhs, national level, it is 25 lakhs, international, it is decided by the empowered committee. So if you're individually going for a space rent, you can go for the subsidy, or if any implementing agency is taking a built up space, they can go for the subsidies. So these are the two provisions. And capacity building programs for modern packaging techniques are also done by the PMS scheme. And development of marketing hubs are there. And vendor development program, as I said already, it is to basically promote the public procurement policy of the MSME. These vendor development programs are done. There is international national workshops, seminars are also happening, and awareness programs are given on trade fairs, digital advertising, e-marketing platform, GST, GEM portal, and other related topics. But at least 30 MSME participants should be required for this particular program to take over. The selection of MSMEs, the unit will apply to the office of DC MSME and the MSME directly or through implementing agencies. Well in advance, you have DC MSME, you have a development facilitation office, you have MSME institutes. So these places you can go and check for the scheme and can get it done. International cooperation scheme. So PMS scheme is basically to help you out in reaching out with people, whereas international cooperation scheme will provide you with basic intelligence to go for exports. Capacity building is done more by this particular scheme for entering export market by facilitating their participation in international exhibitions. They have two subcomponents. Subcomponent one is market development assistance. They provide you with lots of materials how to go about it. And subcomponent 2 is capacity building for first time entrepreneurs. Exporters are being provided. For example, the registration cum membership certificate, which is very much needed from the Export Promotion Council. 75% of the cost paid subject to 20,000, whichever is lower, they give the scale of assistance for this particular thing. And even for exporters, the insurance, ECGC, like maximum reimbursement in a financial year of rupees 20,000 or actual, whichever is lower, subject to quarterly reporting by ECGC is being given. So these supports are given for first time exporters and for the export insurance which you're availing. And if you're going exports and you want to have testing and quality certifications, 75% of the testing and quality certification with the ceiling of rupees 1 lakh or actual, whichever is lower. And reimbursement allowed for maximum of 3 certificates is allowed per financial year, not more than 3 certificates, and with a ceiling of 1 lakh. And certificate for which reimbursement claim is requested should be attained with the same within the same financial year. You should try to get it. So these are the some of the international cooperation scheme helps you out with the exporters. Export related schemes are also done by the Directorate of General of Foreign Trade, DGFT, which is majorly functioning under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in India, is the principal authority for such schemes. And they their functions are the FTP formulation. They do the FTP formulation. Export promotion schemes are done by the DGFT. Licensing and regulation issue of the IEC, Import Export Code, regulates the restricted items, trade facilitation, and the monitoring and evaluation. Everything is done by the DGFT. And FTP 2023-28 is already out, and it has got the export import procedure, tariff and custom duties, incentive schemes, negotiations and agreements. So if you are an exporter, you should definitely go through the FTP and then proceed further so that you are aware of the latest details in that. And some of the schemes offered by Director General of Foreign Trade is merchandise export from India scheme, that is MEIS, it is called as. And in this you will be given a duty credit scripts. Duty credit scripts is nothing but a certificate, and this will give you an incentive of 2% to 5% on freight on board or free on board. Value of export is given on the merchant and manufacturer exports. And this is allotted by the DGFT only. Similarly, for the service sector also there is a SEIS, that is Service Export from India scheme is there. An incentive of 3% to 7% of net foreign exchange earnings is given to service exporters of notified services in India. And to claim under the scheme, the applicant should definitely have IEC code with at least net foreign exchange earnings of $15,000 USD to be eligible and benefit from the scheme. So these are the schemes from DGFT. You also have advance authorization scheme. Exporters can import raw materials without paying custom duties, provided they commit that they are going to export the finished goods. So raw material you can procure, and then with those importing of raw materials, you can have exemptions of custom duties. And duty remission scheme is you have two things under that. Duty drawback scheme is there, and ROSCTL scheme is there. Duties of customs and transient excise that are chargeable on imported and indigenous materials used in manufacture of exported goods are refunded back. And ROCTL is for the apparel and made-up industry. Export promotion capital goods scheme is there. It supports manufacturer can be able to import capital goods and machinery which are required for pre-production and post-production of export goods at 0% duty. And export oriented scheme is that this scheme provides beneficial ecosystem to the companies in 100% exports if you are there by giving them certain waivers and concessions in compliance and taxation matters. This initiative is being taken to make the business process even more flexible. And deemed export benefits. Deemed exporters are those who are like whose goods are not going out of the country, but for those people, they are, but still they are helping out in the export companies. Those deemed export benefits are there. They get advance authorization. They get duty-free replenishment certificate, as I mentioned already, and they are exempted from terminal excise duty, and manufacturers can avail that special import license at the rate of 6% of the freight on board value. So all these deemed exporters are also given lots of advantages on custom duties, terminal excise duty, and special import license, advanced license, and advanced authorizations are given to them. And Star Export House is there. Government of India gives certification to all eligible exporters who have achieved certain export turnover. And these status holder certificates are eligible for certain privileges like faster custom clearances are there, exemptions from compulsory negotiation of documents through lending institutions. All these things are given to Star Export House holders for during the exports. There is a scheme called MSME Champion Scheme. So now DGFT we have seen on export related some 5 schemes we have seen. Now there is a scheme called MSME Champion Scheme. This MSME Champion Scheme has been formulated through Standing Finance Committee by merging all 6 components of erstwhile TUS scheme. If you had seen 5 years, in a holistic approach, you have got in the Champion Scheme, you have got the Sustainable Z Scheme, Competitive Lean Scheme, Innovative Scheme, Digital MSME. So all the 4 schemes have been combined together and that has been put as a MSME Champion Scheme. That is Z, Lean, Innovative and Digital MSME. All 4 schemes have been put together under MSME Champion Scheme. Let us go one by one. Z certification scheme is the division of QCI. They are taking care of this and leads various projects of national importance with a focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat. The division is involved in flagship programs of Ministry of MSMEs, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Defence and Housing and Urban Affairs. The scheme is basically enabling MSME towards quality products and inculcating zero defect and zero effect. And what happens is in this certification levels are 3. Bronze level is there, silver level is there, gold level is there. It is to advance the ecosystem of zero defect, zero effect manufacturing MSMEs. So if you have to take any of the levels, you need to first go for the Z pledge. And you can see in the right hand side, there are the parameters. And you can see for bronze, how many parameters you need to satisfy. For silver, how many parameters you need to satisfy. And for the gold, if you need to get the gold, you need to satisfy most of the parameters. The parameters are close to 20. The model also recognizes the efforts of the MSMEs that have already attained specific certifications. And for MSMEs that are already got ISO 9001 or ISO 14001, these people are also eligible to go for the scheme. All MSMEs registered with the Udayam registration portal will be eligible to participate in this. And the assessment framework has been there. And for each category, you can go through the link and understand the assessment framework. And Z certification scheme, what are the benefits? Subsidy on cost of Z certification, joining reward is rupees 10,000 and subsidy of 80, 60 and 50% is subsequently given for micro, small and medium enterprises, and additional subsidy of 10% for women and SC/ST group, and financial assistance of 25% of total cost for testing and certification is also given with a maximum ceiling of 50,000. And MSMEs with minimum bronze certification are eligible to apply for handholding support. That handholding support they are giving for rupees 2 lakhs for consultancy. Suppose you have gone through the bronze and you want some consultancy, even for that support is given till for 2 lakhs, and INR rupees 3 lakhs is given for any technology upgradation for all Z certified MSMEs. The process I already told you. Yes, ma'am.
Timings.
Yes. The process I already told you for the Z pledge, you have to take, and the formalities which you have to do. The MSME innovative scheme, as you said, there is an incubation, IPR, and design is there. There are basically three things are there in this. The incubation, in that you will be evaluated by the host institute and by the Ministry of MSME, and based on your ideas, the domain expert selection team will select your ideas, and the MSME idea hackathon are basically created to promote these ideas. Design project, student projects are there. Subsidies are given even in this. The foreign patent, if you see the patent, ₹5 lakh maximum financial assistance is given. Domestic patent 1 lakh. GI for geographical indications 2 lakh, and design registration 0.15 lakh, and trademark 0.10 lakh. So many assistance are given for the IPR, design, and innovation. Lean manufacturing is also there, and MSMEs are given support even in this. And again, there are 3 levels in this: basic level, intermediate level, advanced level. Whichever level you would like to see, whichever course you are trying to see, subsidies are given based on that, and certificates will be allotted. And the digital scheme is still going on, and it is basically to empower the MSMEs with more digitally empowered tools and applications and technologies in their production and business processes. There is another scheme finally, which is the Aspire, which I already told you. They have got lots of technology business incubators and livelihood business incubators. There are close to 109 livelihood business incubators. The Trek Step, which is there in Tamil Nadu, Trichy Regional Engineering College, Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park, which is in Thuvadi. It is a livelihood. This is a technology business incubators. There are 22 technology business incubators around the India. So there's so many schemes. Okay, we cannot go through the full details but I would like to say that identify the need in your business, choose the right scheme, know the scheme well, know the procedure, the key eligibility, the financial assistance, what they are going to give. Go to the particular website and understand what it is. Prepare the application, the documents and project reports required for this. Get the scheme through the offices associated to it, like I say, DCMSME or the Development Facilitation Center or the institute. Make the right use of the scheme, and after getting it sanctioned, make the right use of the scheme. So entrepreneurship is definitely a bumpy ride, but it is important to move on. Opportunities are there for MSMEs, so get aware and grab the benefits. Choice is always yours. Thank you so much, and over to you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice presentation. It was so elaborative. I think the persons who have listened to you, they have enjoyed your session very much. Thank you, ma'am. So,
Thank you so much.
we too have, being educated by your nice presentation, madam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks from the board itself.
Yeah.
We are going to end up over here.
Is there any questions, or should we leave that